So this channel here is for like specifically for dev stuff, like where I don't have to worry about uh, people rating in and having expectations that we're talking about something other than nerd stuff. You know what I mean? So it's a bit more relaxed. So you sent me over some requests, right? Let me see what they're.
So let me explain the context. The thing is, like, we have an app, the typical web app, and that web app has to talk to the blockchain.
Uh huh.
So if it has to do that, the first thing, it should have the ability to authenticate its users against the blockchain.
Yep.
Once the user is authenticated, then he needs to proceed with further tasks like probably minting an NFT, or if there is some event. Let us take an example. In the case of an event, we sell tickets as NFTs, and then the person gets into the particular event by having a ticket on himself. So that is one.
Yep. I can show you how to do all of that stuff. Um, so first thing though, I'm gonna. So you made an Anchor wallet yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah. I transferred the amount I had made it like quite some like a week back when you created uh, the account. When you told
Yeah.
about the Wax blockchain. Yeah.
This is the one here. Yeah, it's
Yes.
funny.
Yes.
I was talking with the Solana project the other day, and they have an Anchor on their chain
Okay.
also. But this is the one that you want.
Right.
If you've never downloaded it, and that's where you'll do
And
that at.
this is the non-custodial wallet of the chain, as against custodial wallet, which means that it's your keys, your
Yep,
coins, your keys. That
exactly.
type of a style.
Yeah, so the cloud wallet is not that is not the case with the cloud wallet. So I need to make Ryu a well, I need to make myself an account, and so we're gonna walk through how what that looks like for anybody who hasn't seen it. So right now I'm on just one of the block explorers, the equivalent of like an Etherscan or whatever. I can't think of any other ones. I know the Solana one. Why can't I think of it? But you know what a block explorer is, right? And so
Right.
this is the Wax one. There are a few others, but this is the main one now. There was an older. Click the middle button. No, I won't unclick it. And so we're gonna go over to our NFTG account and we'll sign in with our active. So do you? If I guess my first question for you would be, do you understand the difference between uh, owner and active? Um, and there's not much of a difference really. It's just a hierarchy. Owner is at the top of the pyramid. Um, you should probably keep that one the safest and only make use your own active key. And if you're sharing an account or keys, only share other active keys, which is exactly what I'm going to do right here. God damn it! Why is my mouse doing that? Okay. So to create a new account, so the reason why this is just NFTG and not 12 characters, one of the things that Wax has um, is a name bids system where you can submit a bid amount. Oh, damn, that's low as hell now, too. Wow, that's really low. I might get some of these. Um, it's the dumbest and worst. Like I think what they did was they gathered like the Bill Gates and like the Einsteins and like the most brilliant but most diabolical people in the entire world. They sat them in a room. They said, "Can you come up with an auction system or a bidding process that technically works, but it has to be the most frustrating and unscalable and uh, um, fruitless tool and this is what they came up with, and they did a good job because it meets all of those expectations. How this works is only one of these clears per day. You can see the exact time, so it'll be um, this has to sit till this time. Uh, so this is when they initially submitted it, but then they bumped themselves back up. It's the dumbest thing ever because you can literally cock block people, and especially for this little bit of wax. Like if I wanted
Okay.
to, and if I didn't like, yeah, it's just it's so badly designed.
Okay, can we like step back a little bit? So, I on myself on my Wax Explorer, I just logged in, and
Yep,
you were saying about the owner and the active, right?
yep, yep.
So
So
so I see after successful login in using the wallet, I
yeah,
see on the top hand right side, I see AVI 4 times.
yep.
So that
So
is that's the owner, right?
well, so you wouldn't. Funnily enough, it doesn't tell you right there. When you signed in on Anchor, it would have told you. I can show you where you would look there. One second.
So I scanned on my
Oh,
mobile
your app. I see.
from the QR and then logged in into the.
I see. Well, so it'll tell you right if you have the desktop app. It'll tell you right there. It says active and hot. Um, when you do sign in, like it gives you the option to sign into either, but like it's not a huge deal. Avi, don't think that it is. They're just a difference, and you just want to know what the differences are because when you start getting into like the stuff that I'm about to do here, making other keys, like you're gonna want to know who the parent
Okay.
should be and that kind of a thing, right?
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
It's really just our permissions. Like side note, really, when you're just starting, just know that they're different, and the owner is the highest one, and you probably want to keep your owner key. Like nobody does it, but I advise people to like just keep it separate from the rest, like somewhere
Yeah.
safe. Write it down on a piece of paper or whatever. So I'm logged in with my active because that's going to be the parent of the one that I'm going to create. I'm going to go over here to Matt. Actually, you know what? I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I need to make a key new account first. So I am going to sign in to Anchor.
Okay.
And so this thing just devours resources. I don't know why it multiplies itself, its processes like it does. It's insane though. All right. So in the tools here, so if you don't have the desktop app, I would suggest
No,
installing it. Just
I have it. I have it.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if you don't see tools over here, then you're gonna need to click on this cog in the upper
Yeah.
right,
Yeah. I got
and
the
then
tools.
cool, awesome. All right. And then so I'm going to go over to manage keys and I'm going to generate a key pair in times 2. So this is just creating a set of keys I can use to create a new account.
Okay. Generate key pairs and
So you're going to want to make sure that you're definitely save these keys to your wallet. I think I already did that. We'll do it again though. And
save keys to all.
then you definitely want to click copy to clipboard, and this is where uh, your security, your personal web security standards, I guess, come into play. I save my keys in the cloud, and that's just how it is. People tell me that's not safe. But it's if G Drive goes down, then I think we all have bigger problems than our wallet keys. Um, so let me save this here, and we're going to call this distro.nftg. Okay. Once I have them saved, and make sure I'm not showing the keys like I did my credit card. Um, there's one more thing that we have to do, unfortunately. And I think that this happened once they switched over. So I don't know if you've read about Antelope. I don't particularly understand too much about it, other than it's a new protocol for the blockchain, I think. Um, but you have to convert your key. So there's a key converter here. So there's a legacy version, which is what the managed keys gives you. Then there's a key converter. So I just need to throw my private keys in here really quickly, and I'm gonna do that off screen. I'm gonna convert them over, and it'll give me the converted private and public. Uh, and I just need to make sure that that's what I'm using. Apparently, Ryu knew that because he gave me the right stuff. All right. Once I have key up my keys, uh, funnily enough, again, so you have to go. Actually, you're gonna have to go to the older wax.blocks.io. One of the things about wax is that like they're super uh, like corrupt and shady about how they do things, and so they want everybody to be under their control so that they can like strong arm and like um extort people, right? Or just make them do what they want to do. And if they have control of all the cloud wallets, then they can completely blacklist your project if you're not playing by their rules. So they don't really like decentralization. They just wanted to make a bunch of money off of the idea of ICO and tokens and all of that, but they want full control. So you can't even make a wallet that's not a cloud wallet on the site that they run, which is super disappointing. You have to go over here to the old outdated one, wax.blocks.io, um, and you can do it here. Uh, so over here on key create account, there we go. Uh, this is where I can put my, and so it's going to have to be a 12 character name. I guess you did yours through Anchor, right? How did
Yeah,
how
the
did you create your account?
first one was through Cloud Wallet, my Cloud Wallet.
Yeah. And then what was the next one?
That is through Anchor.
The app.
Yeah, the second one was through Anchor. The
Cool.
first one through the desktop app. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So you just throw your two public keys in there. This is gonna if so. What I'm doing here, technically, actually, I think I need to do this. Sure do. How many characters is that? Thanks, 11. Sweet. All right. So I'm going with distro.nftg. So that is technically less than 12, um, but because I'm the owner of the like the when you have less than 12, you can do like subdomains basically. So you can do and it's a good idea, especially if you're running a project, to get a like the shortest relevant name that you can so that you can keep everything under the same umbrella. Because like let's say for example, like your account is capable of housing smart contracts, but if you needed more than just one, like because we know we have like a token contract, a ticket contract, the list goes on and on, you would have to have a different name for each one. Whereas if you have a short, like NFTG, you can do token.nftg, ticket.nftg. It just makes it very easy to find. It keeps a nice record of what wallets were created. And it's just, I think it's a good practice. So that's what I would strongly suggest doing. It looks like right now the premium names are around roughly 1,000 wax. It looks like. Oh shit. That account is broke. You gotta get it some money. All right. Said, All right. So now that account is created, um, distro.nftg. And so now I just go back to Anchor and import. I can go up here to manage wallets and import accounts, and then import an existing account, import private key. And this is where I drop. It should show up right away. So there's distro NFTG active. I'll go ahead and save that.
Okay, any chance are you recording this? Can
Uh huh.
because
Yep.
I'm not. Okay, great. Because I'm not able to follow as fast as you're doing. I just stopped and
Yeah.
started watching
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's your professionalism. That's, yeah.
I have screen. I have a whole. I should put it on a blog. To be honest with you, I have it in my DM history, like full walkthroughs with screenshots and uh, I use Paint to show arrows and circles and stuff, and I can get that over to you for sure for this very specific thing. All right, now we have our distro wallet, which Ryu has given me a public key. I'm going to make him a public, another active key. It's got me thinking though. I don't remember which auth I need. I need NFTG or I'll find out here in a second. So over here on keys and permissions, which is available on both sites now. Um, we can go to advanced here, same thing over here. And I just click on active there and basically just click on the add a key. It's really that simple. And then this is where I add a public key. And then uh, I click save. And that should be it. You're going to get this warning every time you're changing permissions. And boom. Uh, there you go. Now Ryu has access to this wallet through that active key. All he does now is import his private key, and he'll be able to log in. He's actually going to be giving this to a server, so hopefully it's going in an environment variable, and yeah, uh, it's gonna run our a token distribution on a regular schedule, like an airdrop, basically.
So
Uh,
apart from the user who actually needs a username and login, what we are trying to do here is we are creating a login keys for the app. That's what we have done till now, right?
say that again.
So we are trying to make the app as its own user and try to create the keys for the app so that the app logs in as itself, like the way
Right.
we do it for ourselves, for as users.
Yeah. So let me show. I guess let me just like launch right into the like the Astro part of this, so I can show you how. Um, I got like waxes. Like I said, it's decentralized a degree, but uh, it's really not built around it like the way that I think EVM chains or maybe even Solana is. Um, I know that you're big on decentralization. Is that the crux of what you're getting at? Like you're trading. Is that what you're meaning?
I, yeah, yeah. The reason for that is I have lost a lot of money for working on something that is not decentralized. That is the base experience from which I am trying to move
Right.
forward.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I'm not. I mean, that's what decentralization is. What brought me into this space. But I don't believe in it that it can be done anytime in the near future. Like, there's no such thing as a DAO. A DAO is all run by people. Somebody's at the
DAOs
top of
is
the
run by
hierarchy.
people. Yeah, but at the protocol level, the cryptocurrency, if it is decentralized enough, like Litecoin, like Bitcoin, like Verus. So what happens at the protocol level if it is decentralized? Still, even that it might require some developers to make the protocol changes. So we can't they can't do anything that's 100% decentralized, but then at the technology stack level it is possible to have some sort of decentralization. That's what
Yep.
is my understanding.
Yeah. So I always start this in this VS Code terminal because I don't know how to turn my bash into a like the one that accepts prompts. Like, I can hit enter, but I can't navigate. So, and the last one on this asks a question, and I don't want the default because it's about TypeScript, and I don't want strictest. I want like I do plan to use TypeScript, but I definitely don't want strict. I don't want relaxed. And it get so I don't know. I can't navigate with arrows on my bash. So that's why I use this. All right. So now we got an Astro Wharf kit, and then I'll just open that one in VS Code. Close this one out, and then we got some packages to install really quickly. Have you built with Astro yet?
No, no.
All right. Let me see if I can remember all of these. Um, so Wharf Kit is by essentially the same people that do Anchor, which is Gray Mass. So they made uh, a new authenticator library. So, like, the old packages were just they were terrible. They were um, bloated. Give me a second because I got to remember all of these. And just one second. Wallet. No. Plugin. Plugin. Wallet. No, the other way. I'm gonna fuck this up. Watch. I might as well just hit enter now in case that's not it. I got two more if that is. All right. Look at me. Look at me go. PNBM. Arm kit. Wallet.
I
Plug. Cloud wallet. And then this last one, probably not going to get to on the stream, but it is what you would use to actually push transactions from like the server side. But oh, I fucked one up. Where?
Yeah, you missed the I.
Where? Oh,
PNB.
ha. Yeah. I see. Boom. There we go. Do that a lot, believe it or not. All right. Now we got those packages installed. We're going to go ahead and get Astro add some React. This is where you would choose your JavaScript uh, language, whether it be Vue or Solid or Svelte or whatever. You would add it there, and then if you're SSR or you just need to add Vercel, something to do. And then last but not least, add Tailwind so that we have that. And that should be enough for us to rock this out. Oh shit! Now one more thing I forgot about. So the way that Astro handles state management is, yo, what up, dude? Here, you want to? I forgot to send y'all a link. Uh, yeah, feel free to pop on here. We're just gonna go through this Astro, and Ryo just let me know that I did something wrong with the key. I'll fix it later.
Nano stores.
Nano stores is that's what Astro recommends for state management. I've kind of gotten used to it and like it, so we'll rock with that. And then we can fire up our dev. And so the first thing we're going to need to do is, so I'm going to make a stores folder, and that's where I'm going to keep my nano stores files. So we'll make one called session. I can keep track of our login status for our wallets. And then I'm gonna need a button in JSX. And this is, I'll just knock this out real quick. This is gonna look something like this. But we're using Tailwind, so PY2, PX4, and then wait, that should be fine. Maybe hover states or anything. We'll just call this login. Damn it. Right. Good. What's broken here? How did I break something that quick? What the fuck?
The slash at the front button.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, dude. Like I get on stream and I turn like myself like 10% dumber. Yeah, dude. So have I been. So have I been. I've been up since 9 p.m. Last night working. So kudos to you. Keep. We're just throwing the new Wharf kit into a Astro page template. I'll just do that. That should be good. And I didn't. Here, let's import. We'll come back to this. We got to add our on-click handler there. And we'll just plop this in somewhere ugly. And then anytime you are using a non-Astro component, you have to make sure that you tell it the directive, which is this is to be rendered on the client only, and it's a React component. So this would be Svelte or Vue or whatever, depending on what you chose or what the component was. That's the coolest thing about Astro, I think, is that you can stack components of all different languages in the same file. All right, let's go see how we're looking. All right, so this is the default template. There's our login button, and we're good. We're making progress. All right, so now where I need to go is over to my session file. Let me pull up what I was working on right before. So we need to import all of our packages. I'm just going to paste it to make it go faster. All right. So we're going to import all of our WorkKit stuff, and then our nano stores, and then we are also going to check see if there's an existing session stored in storage. And I have horrible naming conventions, so don't look at the names of anything. And then we're going to export our nano store map to be, or atom to be used with session storage. session and session kit, which I don't think these all need to be exported. I'm not gonna lie to you. I only think I use session storage ever, but maybe the um, I'm still very new at all of this stuff, man. I know that you need this web renderer, and we need to put this in another place as well. So while we're thinking of that, let's go over to layout. And another cool thing about Astro, I'm not sure if you've ever seen it, but you can do things like drop like an entire like basically the same uh JavaScript that you would start or you would see in like a module, I guess, right? And put it right, put it where it needs to go. So the thing here, the reason why we're doing this is we just need to make sure that this appends to the I believe the shadow root or yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the shadow root where we're appending it to. Um, and if this isn't there, you're never going to get the pop-up to show up, right? So that's super important. And then here's the meat of this file is this here. So this is where we put our app name, and we list out our chains and um, the node that we're going to connect to, which I just go with Great Mass, of course, since I'm using their tools online. But if you had your own node, you could, I believe, connect it here. Maybe you need to be a block producer. I don't remember. Um, and then I'm just using local storage, and then these are our two options. So there's several options that could go here. So Anchor is one, and then like the Wax Cloud wallet is the other one. Wombat is another popular one on Wax. I rarely include it. In fact, I never have. And then there's Scatter, which is another one. You might see up to like four or five options. Um, if you don't have one of these, like I don't know what to tell you. I think everybody has to have at least. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Um,
So are we connecting to some test network of?
Nope, this will be the main net. This here. So if it was, it would I would this ID would be a lot would be different, and this would have to have like a test here. But we're just gonna connect right up to the main login to the main net. Um,
And would there be any fees for API access?
nope, nope. The public APIs are all free of charge. It's kind of crazy, but they are rate limited,
Okay.
and so there is that. Um,
What is the block time for
uh, the
bikes?
I think it's I bet you Kaz knows that. Did you hear that one? Uh, the TPS is what you're asking, or shit,
No,
I
no,
don't
the
know this.
block time. How fast the blocks get generated in the blockchain?
I don't know the answer to that. What's the block time on Wax? 10K TPS, I believe. 10,000 transactions per second.
No, yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
0.5 second
Zero.
blocks.
Okay, great. So that would be good for games. And also.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know that it's fast and free and it's easy to get concepts together on. It's definitely one of the better, I think. Well, I don't know this because this is all I know. So I think it's because it's free. That's a big plus, right? And you don't take
Right.
very little to get started. All right. So as you
So,
can see, I exported some functions here, just a wax logout, wax login. Um,
right.
these is all. I mean, this is all kind of self-explanatory if you know what you're doing. All of this
So
should.
one
Go
question:
ahead.
when you said it's free, right? What is free in this? Like all the access, or like even the transactions?
Correct.
The,
Yeah, so it's a staking a staking mechanism. So you
okay.
do have to stake to CPU, you don't have to really put anything on net, and then you do have to buy RAM. So when I set up that account, I started it with like very minimal amounts, and might as well go back to it because I did it wrong. Um, but see here, you can see your resources here. So like I'm gonna need RAM pretty soon. Uh, but I did stake 21 wax to CPU, which is a very small amount. Like, and in comparison, if you want to uh, never have any issues when there's high congestion, like you probably need upwards of like, 1 to 3,000 or more wax stake to CPU. And
Okay.
then you're not going to have any issues. But then and then so there is an investment, there is an initial investment, but once I mean, you
But
can
that is
unstake
not
your CPU
consumed, right?
to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
unstaked. Right.
it's like it's not gone forever, right? Like
Okay, okay. It's
if you
just
stake it, you
lock,
can unstake
temporary
it.
lock.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if and with RAM, you buy RAM, but then you can also sell it. So, um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, it's like you said, just temporarily locking it up. But I was wrong about the keys, and I in fact
Okay.
did
Right.
need to be signed in with distro here. So this is how we would delete one, same way that we created it, and I just need to make sure that I'm signed in with the right wallet. Okay, and then try this again, Ryu. My bad, dude. Dude, and did not run off with all of the. There was actually nothing in the NFTG. You should be good, dude. All right. I have a few more things to just tie up on this, and then we can call it a template. Um, so I need to import these from my session, my store, and then I need to add my on click handler. But we're gonna do it this shitty way here. And just do that, and we're not gonna give them any way to log out. What's it crying about here? Why is that doing that? All right, boom, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. This is the
Mhm.
latest WorkKit login module authenticator. They added these settings here, which are pretty dope.
Okay.
Um,
So
theme,
if you
automatic
go
light dark.
back, okay, okay, right, right, got it. Fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
So
were
it's
you gonna say?
picking up the NFT. If you go back from the settings to the main one, so it was picking up from the NFTG.tv from our app and displaying it here, right?
Yeah, yep. That's on that is right here.
Okay, okay, great.
That's where that's getting that from. It's getting what to show you as far as Anchor or
Right.
Cloud Wallet right from right here.
Okay.
And obviously it's connected right there, right? Uh and this is usually the fastest, and I mean that's it. It's logged in. I can show you that it's logged in by
Wow.
there's
Okay,
some
that's
conditional logic here over in our button. All right, we can let's see here. What should we do? Let's go ahead and make a is that what I want? That's close to what I want. Uh, that should be it there. and we just need to listen for it also for changes. So let's go ahead and do state use effect, and then in our use effect, we will subscribe to that. And I love Copilot. How easy that makes things. I think that this is right. Let's call this value instead, though. And I think that's what we want. Let me check. All right. Did it not log anything anywhere? Why not? Probably because I'm not changing it here.
Did it log to the console? I didn't see.
No, it didn't. But I might be watching the wrong thing also.
Okay, that's fine. But
Maybe I needed to watch
you
session.
given the initial direction. That's
Yeah, yeah, I think it's. I think this is what I want to watch instead. Check really quickly.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I see. This is the kind of shit that like it would drive me nuts, and I would have to figure it out. But it's not that important. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but we can do it. That's fine. That's great.
yeah. You tech. So let's just go. Let's see this conditional, just in case. Session storage. Get vector. That's there. Then let's spit that out. Otherwise, let's say login. That should work, right? Yeah. No, I don't know why my session storage
Okay.
isn't working, but it's whatever.
So a few
Um,
questions.
yeah, go.
When you said rate limited, right? Like, is there any document that has that list? What are the terms? What are the
So here is what you'll probably want to. So there's two APIs really that oh yeah. Stake for blockchains is that replenished over time. You don't pay gas fees. Yeah, yeah. 1000%. It's the best out of any blockchain out right now. Layer one or two. In terms of building a project for, I mean, yeah, I don't think I would disagree with any of that. And it's definitely easy to build on. Um, okay, what you're looking at here is the atomic acid. So there's several NFT standards on, just like there would be like ERC standards in ETH, um, but only one of them has a monopoly over everything, and so that's the only one that's used, and that's the atomic acids. And this is the API here. So this is a public API, and this is what you would use to say, for example, uh, um, look what assets you have in your wallet. Just let me grab the wallet real quick. It's Avi four times, right?
right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you can put that in there, and then uh, and execute, and
Right.
yeah. So then that fires back our response, and we'll list out all of it gives you all the data, and it shows you everything that's all your NFTs, right? And so that's how you would go about uh, getting those from the Atomic Acids API. And then the other one that you use, I don't know, is your node, and I don't know where's the best documentation for that. Kaz, I don't know where to send. or pull up.
Just give me a second. I'm just back within one
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah. Maybe over here.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
Because I keep calling on you.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, he says I feel like I'm in class. Um, so let's see here. I think that
Let me,
so there's this is some training from. There
right.
we go. Yeah,
And
see
I get
Ryu's
it.
on it. There we go. Thank you, dude. So that would be, I think, the best resource for um, getting the tables and calling the actions of smart contracts and all of that kind of stuff. That's that's where you would do that from, like the actual chain stuff, like the atomic acids API, as I understand it, is just a Postgres database that has all of the history, and it's huge, and um, there's I guess more to it. I don't know. I don't know if any
You
of that
meant to
makes sense
say
to you.
all the blockchain is stored in the Postgres?
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know. I'd have to ask Jaws. I know that it's a Postgres database, the Atomic Assets API. I don't know the specifics of the server architecture. I know that there's two different ones that are primarily used by projects, and the Atomic Assets API is probably the most popular because that's the one where, like, you're querying assets, right? And that's how you would transfer assets. You would call the action of that.
Okay.
Oh, but you wouldn't need the API for that.
So, is there any
No.
analytics for the API?
Uh, Let me show you where it is. Yeah, there. To answer your question, let me start by giving you a list of all the different endpoints. So there's 21 block producers that rotate, and you can kind of see that when you look at Wax Block's homepage. So this Wax Explorer. So right now, so this block producer is Amsterdam Wax. Like that's going to change here in a second, and it's going to be somebody else, and then they'll be, see, now it's Black Illusion. Now they're processing the next block, and then it's going to change. Now it's the pink. Now they're doing the next one, and it rotates through all 21 of those, and that's um,
Wow, that's
that's how
nice.
that works, right? There's a definitely analytics on how this
Right.
works, and it goes pretty in depth. It's proof of stake. It's
Yeah.
also wildly corrupt and bad. But
A- Actually, this is more than sufficient information for me to get started. I mean, I need to now
yeah, oh,
start
Wax
with.
Antelope tools. I haven't seen this one. What's this about, right? Fortunately for you, some of the most amazing devs in all of Web3 are here with us on Wax, Kaz and Ryu being two of them, and then the other guys that which I didn't invite them into our little huddle. I gotta bring them into our DM. Um, so this is just the producers I'm seeing here, but it looks like it's got a lot of API endpoints. What? Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is what you want here. Uh, these are going to give you your node endpoints and your atomic acids endpoints, and they're not really telling you which are which. But this is interesting. Yeah, yeah, you definitely need this. This is something to find, Ryu. Um, if you don't have your own private node, what everybody does is they'll grab like 20 or 30 public ones and then just write a script that iterates over them. So like normally I found that it's like a eight, like you can't really go under 800 milliseconds on your interval between pings on the public because you'll get rate limited. But if if you put I mean, there's more than enough here to put it 20 into an array, and then now you can lower that all the way down to 50 milliseconds as long as you're just iterating over those 20 every time, if that makes sense, right? Because it'll
Yeah.
take 1,000 milliseconds to get that back to the first one. So there and there's clever little ways to get high
Okay.
performance and to get large amounts of data and whatnot.
So what is the usage right now? It means like what type of games are being created? Like is it like you have to buy the NFTs before, or like when during playing the game, people can exchange assets? Is that
So
how this is?
they are there was I guess the history of wax is an interesting one. It started as a collectibles, but then and that's what the simple assets was about. And then Atomic wanted to create gambling. They'll never admit that, but they say that they wanted to create gaming. They created a new standard, and that one was the one that it allows for a lot of very creative ways of doing things, like blending, burning, blending. They even have you can add what you can back is what it's called, backing assets. So you can take an amount of wax and you can put it into an NFT and then send like I could send that NFT to you and then you would have to burn it. But when you burned it, you would get that amount back, which was like clearly a money laundering idea, but which they don't support it anymore either. But it's definitely still in the contract and something that's just kind of neat. Like you can take coins and put it into an NFT and then send that NFT to somebody, and then they could uh, get it back.
Okay.
What are the other? Oh, and the reason why I'm even going into this history is because there was a proliferation of like clickers. Like there's a big history of games not being games and just being like you've seen it a lot on Binance where it's just like click something a few times per day to mine or whatever. Um, and they were pretty bad. And lots of rug pulls, obviously, when you have such a low overhead startup cost, right? Like it's basically nothing to get started. And during that bull run, um, if you happen to be a good, yeah, dude, yeah, 99% rug. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right, just to answer your question, like games, Kaz runs terraformers. Um, uh, that's the only thing I have saved in my history. For the life of me, yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Uh, he's got a. Oh shit! I haven't seen all of this. What? 100% on chain, free to play to earn. Ugh, play to earn. Come on, bro. You know we don't use that 2021 term anymore. Uh, this is his site here. Um, uh, um, Kaz is legit. I 100% co-sign anything he does. He's a genius, and his game is uh, so complicated because he's so smart that I have trouble. Top right login. Yeah, I think I need to sign in with my cloud. Well, I don't remember what wallet I signed in with. We got to get that wharf kit on you here, bro. Uh, uh, I don't remember what to do here. I don't know. You told me I didn't have to do anything, right? Like I was good. I had my thing staked, my lands or whatever.
So what are you using for login?
Uh,
T-
me personally.
T-
So
no,
I use the cloud wallet. I
no,
use
no, the
both.
TFMW.
Oh, so he's using the older packages, I believe, right? The Wax UAL, I believe. So it's probably either
I think Grimace
uh,
is mentioned over here. Wax Blood Conversion.
yeah. So that's the node that he's connected to, right? Which there are like if you go to most most popular exchanges, you can see that they let you over here on the right hand side uh, select which node you want to, just in case one of them happens to be slower or you're just that big of a fan of whoever that you just want to use them or not use another one. Um, we're big fans of tacos, so we put them, and they're right now the best block producer by a wide margin. They're crushing it. Um, a lot of sites allow you to do that. It's something that's I feel like another kind of neat thing, right? Um, I would say as far as like playable and like real games, like games, there's well, obviously there's Warsaken, right? We're big fans of them, and that's a tabletop like card game. Uh, I have to go over here. That one maybe you should check out. I don't know if you've ever played games like I don't even know what the hell the games would be
No,
comparable.
card games.
Yeah, you know, like the yeah. Kaz, give me a game that you play with cards that I can't think of. What the hell's the name of them? Magic the Gathering, I think, right? Isn't that a card game? Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, there you go. That's a good one too.
Mhm.
Uh yeah, and so I forgot that this is just PvP at the moment. So this is really well done. A card game, and I think there's a couple first person shooters, and then there's Avalon, which is .io. It's probably gonna take me to. I don't know if that's it. Don't think I had it saved. Here it is. It was .com. This is like an MMO, and they're multi-chain. It's a game. It's undoubtedly a game. It's one of the better things to come out on Wax, in my opinion. There's apparently some controversy because the founder uh, isn't I guess fully transparent on his back. I don't know. I've heard things like he can't validate things on his LinkedIn. I'm like, dude, who doesn't lie on their LinkedIn? Like, give me a break, man. Um, yeah, egregious buying, and so that's another. Yeah, but bro, this game is like I don't know. I would want Josh to tell me what he thinks the cost of where the game is right now, like what that would have cost in development, right? Because unless you know that, you can't say that anything is egregious for a buy-in, man. Like, uh, I mean, I've made those statements, right? And maybe Avi here can help us because I know he's a Unity dev or certified or something. Which Josh told me to ask you something about that. I can't remember what it was, but y'all maybe have talked already. But it's like
Yeah,
we
not
all know what an asset
Josh.
flip is, right? And so um, that was one of the things that we were also seeing. Like we weren't even seeing complete wax games that were just like assets from the asset store.
Okay,
All right, so here's the thing: AAA games cost $80 and provide a ton of content. There's nothing clear about Avalon. Also, yes, but there's also no you're not getting that $80 back at all. And uh obviously I don't think there's any promise of that in Avalon, but I think you're kind of you're being naive if you think that there isn't that. Like, so for example, like I bought the gold, which was 120. I don't remember. Yeah, but even so, like they're selling like $10,000 NFTs, Avi, and that was I think like sticker shock for um uh people on Wax. Um they've never like they've never seen NFTs priced that high, and I have I've seen it on in Upland, and that's how Sandy and I even met. And it's not a big deal to for an NFT to be listed for 10 grand on ETH by any means. It's just, yeah. And that depends on when you got started and how long you held. Also, that's, but the ones that I made out on, and I think you and I both could say that that's apples and oranges, like to make that comparison. That like, I don't think the word lost is even fair to use there, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, when you make 5 grand a day off of 10, those other 10, like, did you really lose anything? So anyway, to answer your question, yes, there are some games. There's another one. What's the first person shooter? That I can't remember the name of it. The one that I don't know. I'll get a list for you. I should know this, but I don't. And all right, what
Like, my question is like, does any of these have in-game currency as wax, or
I
is
would
it?
think so. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like they Forge Arena, that's the one.
Okay.
So there's just a high probability for projects to go south. That's a given. There's very little info on the mechanics for a game asking such an investment. Agreed. Um, I I don't see it as prohibitively high. I mean, not comparatively to anything else. And Forge Arena. Maybe we can go look at what the value is. Forged Arena. Arena.io. Read the whole white paper. It's just pictures. Yeah. But is it good art? That's the question. That's not it. See if I'll send this one. Forge Arena or Forge Wax. Damn, your website isn't even the top result for your website. There it is. Playforge.gg. Okay, there's the other one. This one isn't bad. It's an FPS, and I feel like. So your question was, does this help the economy of Wax? I think so.
No, no, no. My question is like, is there any in-game currency that's happening? Like, okay, maybe purchasing of game assets may be possible, right?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
In-game assets,
Mhm.
purchasing like guns
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
all those things happen with the same uh, APIs, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, like on these two games here. So let's see. What did I look at first? Let's do tarot. See this one here. Let's see. I should know how to navigate this better. What's his? Charles would be cringing right now. Uh, so there, I feel like, uh, yeah. I mean, looking at the sales history is probably. I don't have to do that all the time. Sorry, we got it. We'll have to work on this. So, like, let's see. So those are selling anywhere between like a very nominal to, but it's not a. It's I think feel like this is like 2 to 3 18 wax there. Let's see how Terraformers is doing. What the
So
hell is your collection name, dude?
how many people do you think it takes to create a blockchain game at the minimum?
I Kaz is a team of one, I believe, right?
Great.
Yeah.
What
Uh,
is the name of the game?
Terraformers, Many Worlds. So this is the
Oh yeah,
collection.
okay, TFM node. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So his are averaging like around like $2 at least,
Okay.
which I knew that would be up there. Um, but I know he's also had some very impressive sales over the course of that collection's history. Uh,
So is there any marketplace after creation of the game to publish it?
Publish what? Oh,
The game.
the game itself. Yes, there is, and I just heard of it. Fuck was the name of it? There is. It's not really that big yet, but Elixir maybe.
I like this one.
That ain't it. All right, yeah, this is just gonna give me weird results. Gitbox. Yeah, so that's not something that I would ever. Yeah, the gnome guy can go fuck himself. Yeah, that's not something that we would do. Um, let's see here. No, it's for more than just wax games. Um, I know that super dope streams for them. Let me go see if I can find it. There is. I think what you're asking is like would be the equivalent of like a Steam or like a place
Right, right,
where
right.
yeah, there is one. I've seen it, and I know that there's a couple of Waxgate modes on it. I just need to remember the name of it.
And how
Yeah,
much time can I ask TFMW spent for developing his game? How many months did it take for his game?
say that again.
How many months did it take to create TFMW?
Oh, you asking it to Kaz? He's probably gonna say a long time. Building for just under 2 years. Yeah, so I thought. Yeah, he's an OG though, and so there's a few projects like I know you were talking to 6-bit glitch in that group DM,
Right.
and like they're just passion devs, man, and that's who I want to be around. That's who I want to work with. That's who I want to help. That's who I want to support. Like people that are like no matter what, they're gonna just keep building what they want to build on Web3, and yeah, I mean Kaz is one of those types. Uh, let's see, launched it pretty quickly though from starting like 4 months. Probably once when I got started, like 4 months once I got started. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like no matter what, uh, the markets are like right now, like we just saw like Immersis, which was when I came on, I thought was going to be like Ready Player One already, and it's closing its doors, and it's super disappointing. I'll have to ask Super Dope what the what it is I'm thinking of. Um, and I feel like uh, everybody wants to be a business owner or a game founder or um, myself included, on Web3, and very few have the skill set to to do that because, like, I don't know, man. I made a lot of money during the bull run, right? But you know who made more than me? The projects, right? So any project that was here for the bull run that doesn't have money at this point, like, I'm just like, I have to question, like, well, what were you doing, dude? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I would imagine that terraformers does not isn't closing their doors ever, but it wouldn't be for funds because I'm certain that Kaz knows how to manage that. He's not out buying, I seen people buying brand new cars, like project founders, brand new cars that $80,000 and like it immediately yeah, it loses value the second you drive it off the lot. And that's just that's not professional, that's not business oriented. And I think that the freedom that wax gives people to create invites a lot of uh maybe eyes bigger than your stomach type ambitions, right? Yo, Becca's announced. Yeah, right now I'm running my project and living off of 10K a year. That's impressive, dude. I don't know if that's my monthly budget. I'm not even fronting. Like, no, it's definitely less than that, but definitely not quarterly. I can't believe that. It's insane. Yeah, man, I don't need much either. I don't need much either.
Mm.
I just have a lot of
Yeah.
kids in a big house that I don't need, and no self control when it comes to new dev stuff that I want to play with. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. We can probably run a grubfish, which is another wax game I can show you. So this is like a streamer game that you can get involved with, uh, and it's by Gaz, who actually has. I would say this is one of the more successful projects. Also, um, I believe he is freegames.org, and I think that if you that's in the Guinness Book of World Records for something. I can't remember what it is, but so here what you want to do is just type exclamation play followed by, oh shit, this is not us. Ha, whoops. My bad. There we go. Remember to set that back. It should work now. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, just type exclamation play and then your Wax wallet address, and then you'll see your name pop up there if you're in Twitch. Uh, and then I'll start this in a second to show you how it works. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back. right? I don't think there's more than 4 people watching us, so we just get this started. And so these guys will float around, and then you can do things like explode. You're just trying to avoid collisions. I didn't get anybody. This is a lot more fun when there's a ton of people. Damn, who's it gonna be? Whew, flirting with the blade there, Ryu. Wapaka's going for the showboat. Nice. Um, so and then it'll let me copy down their wax wallet addresses. It's just a fun streamer game. I think there's definitely a good market for that as well. He's got to go out, and then of course we have our ticket system. That's what I'm working on redoing, but just a way of rewarding our audience. We have there's a contract that there's a wallet in the contract. You send these tickets in, and then it pulls off the RNG Oracle and randomly selects something out of the wallet, sends it back. It's just it was actually a brilliant idea, and these guys absolutely love it. Because it's like it's I mean anything that fires those neurons in your and those pleasure centers in your brain, um you're gonna you know gonna find success with. Like gambling, there's really no difference between pack opening, NFTs, and scratch off tickets. Like there just isn't. A little bit, if y'all want to pretend that you're not gambling degenerates, I guess that's okay. But all right, cool. All right, man. I'm gonna wrap it up because I need to do something with my. I'm getting tired and cranky.
Yeah,
I want to try to
and
fix. Yeah, dude. I'm probably gonna take a nap here. I gotta look at my schedule to see what I have today. I haven't even done that yet, but I hope that was. I hope this was helpful.
yeah, very much.
I'm gonna invite these guys into our huddle so that y'all have their acquaintances also, and they're all amazing. Wapaka, the Ryu, I mean, amazing, amazing devs and people. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're better people or
yeah.
devs. It's awesome. They're that great at both. So awesome, man. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.